Welcome, welcome to my channel. This is Clarityempress, the Empress of Clarity, here to do another collective energy reading. We're going to do something different today. Please remember to like, click, share, and subscribe to the channel. But I'm going to do part of the reading, the beginning, on TikTok. So my TikTok fans, when you come over, you're going to be like, oh, okay, this is the same reading. I haven't begun on TikTok yet, but I just wanted to announce that. And I'm going to try this a couple times and see, if my TikTok family translates over to YouTube and if they want to, basically see the full video. Okay. So remember to subscribe to the channel. Comment in the comment section. I will say this. Recently, I've been getting some weird comments and not so weird comments. And then when I go back to comments to comment, it disappears. I can't, or I can see that there's a comment, but I can't respond. I don't know what that's about, but I see it like in a email or something. But then when I go to actually respond, there's an issue. So I don't know what that's about. If anybody knows in the YouTube universe why that might be happening, feel free to let me know. If you commented on something and I didn't respond back, that is why. Because normally I'll hit a like and a heart or something, but I can't, for some reason, get to the comments. I've seen some people that regularly comment and I'm like, I don't know what happened. Like, it's just not happening. I don't know. They did some changing and I don't know what happened. Anyway, help me grow the channel, guys, and help me deliver these messages to you by subscribing, okay? All right, Spirit, give me a message for my collective. Now I'm turning on my TikTok. All right, here to do a daily collective energy reading. We have Queen of Water. And it says, relationships develop to a new level. Trust your intuition, care for yourself and others. All right. So that's the Mother of Cups, Queen of Cups. Tell me more, Spirit. What is the daily? Oh, 2 cards. Okay. Somebody has a decision to make. Oh, and this is how they came out. So we have the 2 of Air. Now that's being unable or unwilling to make a decision, a stalemate, pretending that there's no problem. And then we have the end of a phase, a situation, spiritual transformation, time to move on. This is also death energy. So the Queen of Water, somebody, whoever the Queen of Water is, has to make a decision that she may be struggling with. Feminine energy does not have to be a man or a woman. And there's a challenge in that because now we have to release it. The bottom of the deck is the 10 of Air. All right, so TikTok, if you want to see the end of this video, or I should say the additional part of this video, join me on my YouTube channel by the same name, Clarityempress. But it says the end of a difficult situation, embrace the change, expect things to get better now. This is the worst that could happen. And sometimes we get into situations with people when we have a stalemate. Our heart is like head over heart decisions. And Spirit is trying to guide us to release it, but we resist it. We have so much resistance to it. And we just don't realize that if we just release it, if we just let it go, if we pull back our pride and our ego and whatever else is attached to this situation and just let it be what it's supposed to be, that's the worst it can happen. The worst will be over and we will be free, right? And then once that freedom comes, we realize, wow, we can recover. Things are going to get better now, right? It's not the end of the world when we let it go. So again, that is your message, TikTok and my YouTube channel. I'm going to continue this message on my channel. Please remember to like, click, share, and subscribe when you come on over. Peace. All right, y'all. So we have a Queen of Water that has to make a hard decision. Something they don't want to do. But you know what? When it comes to matters of the heart, that's one of the hardest times to make a decision, is to decide that if I let it go, all will be well, because we get stuck in the future worrying about what will happen, what will it be like. Will I be okay? Will they be okay? Will we make it? Will we come back together? Will we stay apart? Will I find somebody else? Will somebody love me? Will somebody love them? We worry about all these things that Spirit is just like, stop. Just stop. Let it go. You know why? Because if anybody or any situation has you in confusion, that's the last thing you need to be involved in. Anything that will keep you in an unsure energy. You know, um, we should be in a season of where do you stand and where do I stand? All that confusion is somebody unwilling to make changes in their life, unwilling to put in the effort or the work it would take to make a relationship work. And if you are in that kind of situation where someone is demonstrating to you that they don't value you or enough to make a necessary change in their lives that would include you, then it's better off to let it go. It's better off now. If they find their way back, then all was not lost because it's the end of a difficult situation. And as I was talking to the group, when we had our group reading last Sunday, it's all about, having standards and requirements. And sometimes we go into relationships, we don't know what our standards are. We don't know what our requirements are. And then we learn over time and over experiences, I don't want that anymore. I want more of this. I don't want that, and I want more of this. Sometimes we don't learn, like someone doesn't necessarily sit us down and give us the guidebook to relationships. So we hold on to all what we think is the good parts. And sometimes those good parts aren't good. You know what I mean? So we gotta make changes in our lives, and change regarding, I should say, change requires a release sometimes. All right. All right. So let's clarify before I move on to some more cards for you. Tell me more about this challenge, this decision this Queen of Water has to make. Because a relationship can develop to a new level. It says trust your intuition. So you got to trust yourself. This is where it starts with you. Your self-acceptance, your self-assurance, you know, removing doubt and insecurities. Give me more, Spirit. Oh, so this Queen of Water has to step up into her Queen of Fire energy. It says, stretch your wings and fly. Don't underestimate yourself. Assert your independence and creativity. So this is a self-awareness type of understanding that the Queen of Water has to do. Because now she has to step in. So I feel like you've already been this nurturer. You've been the provider. You've been the guider. Somebody that gives people guidance and support. You probably feed people. You do all kinds of stuff. But then Spirit is saying, that's nice and that's good. But now it's time for you to step up confidently and independently, right? Five of Water. Yeah. Spirit wants you to let go of disappointment. It says things are not turning out the way you hope, not seeing the positive in a situation, crying over spilled milk. When the Two of Air and the Five of Water here, that's giving that energy of somebody who was extremely disappointed in their situation, but they hope it could turn around or they hope it can change. But the milk is already spilled, right? So if it's already on the ground, there's no recovery of that. Take what you do have and move on. That's what Spirit said. Don't stay in the victimhood of it. Don't stay in the disappointment of it. Let it go and take what you have. Everything that you have is not all bad, right? So take the good and let it go. But don't stay in indecision and don't stay in regret, guilt, shame, or disappointment. Tell me more about release. Wow. That couldn't be more better to release the ego. This says a false sense of entrapment, being overly focused on material things, negative or fear-based thoughts. This is also the devil energy. So someone here has to step up and become more independent, because I feel like this Queen of Water may be codependent, may feel valid under, the conditions that they're in until they're met with a disappointment. Maybe their expectations aren't met, right? So Spirit says you got to release the whole. See, so when I see the devil and the release, it's also giving this energy of releasing somebody toxic or a situation that holds strings to you. Because the devil energy tends to hold strings. It tends to, it definitely fosters codependency. It definitely fosters that. And it also keeps you in your head. So remember when I was saying earlier that if you are in a state of confusion with somebody, that's a good reason to walk away from that situation until things clear up. Everybody gets clear on what they want. And it actually is a requirement in many ways that you pull yourself back, set your boundaries, and get clear on what it is that you truly want. But a lot of times when you're dealing with toxic people or toxic situations, they will muddy the field, so to speak, with confusion. Somebody always has some accident or some problem for you to fix or solve, or maybe you can't fix or solve it, but they lay it on you. It's like they trauma dump on you. So then you get consumed with poor them, their victimhood. And then you feel bad. You know what this is giving me way back over 20, was it 20 years? 20, more than 25 years ago. No, it's almost 30 years ago. I had an ex that was occasionally violent in that year and a half that we dealt. And it felt like, well, from what I understood, this particular ex they beat on their previous girlfriend daily. With me, it was different because they had more to lose. They needed a place to stay and stuff. So they would break other things. And in the year and a half span, we had 3 separate incidents of domestic violence. And one morning I had the bravery when I woke up that I was going to walk away, that I actually was going to put them out of my apartment and tell them this is it is over. It's, no argument. There was no drama. I was just done. And then we got a phone call and their father had passed away. Now they weren't even close to their father, but they still had a father. And, they were going to go to the funeral, of course. And I instantly felt shame and guilt and regret, or I wouldn't even say shame, but I just felt sadness for them, poor them. And I stopped in my tracks from doing what I woke up deciding to do. I feel like this is the energy that Spirit is saying, release that, you know, release the strings that bind you. Now, I had a heart, so my heart was like, this is not the time of all times. Don't do it now. But I probably should have still went with my gut and said, you know what, if you go to that funeral, just stay where you are. Don't come back. But I didn't have the courage at the time. The Spirit is saying, step up into your independence. Step up into being self-assured. Wow, I never thought this, I really didn't think about this unless I'm talking to somebody who had a shared experience. But I feel like I might be pulling on somebody who understands what I'm talking about right now. The worst that can happen would be over. It says embrace the change and expect things to get better. And my life, when I did in that situation, immediately got better. Like, I wish I had done it sooner. It exponentially better, right? Let me see what this bottom of the deck. 8 of water, right? It says a desire to move on, to search for something more meaningful, spiritual, and emotional growth. So listen, whoever I'm talking to out there, Spirit is saying, choose you. Choose you. Before anything and anybody else, choose you. This is not giving a specific situation for me. You know what I mean? Like, as I'm not getting a lot of money, I feel like it's relationships. It's time to choose you. Spirit saying 10 of swords that situation and walk away. Let it all go. There's release here. Man, listen. And whatever you're in clearly is toxic, right? Spirit is saying, listen, whatever you're dealing with right now, just walk away. Don't keep staying in it. Don't keep ruminating over it. Don't keep thinking about it. You know what it is, right? It's not really confusing. It's not anymore. Maybe it was. Maybe before you understood the patterns, before you understood the toxic traits that this individual or the situation presented, maybe you went through a few cycles and you see how the behavior is basically not changing. Spirit says you have all the information you need to make the decision that you need to make. And guess what? You will not be disappointed when you let it go. So take the chance. Take the chance on you. Take the chance on yourself. Let's see what else. Let's see. Let's get some Norman on this. I'm not doing that kind of spread, but I love these cards. So let's do that. Spirit said you're getting clarity. You'll be getting justice by letting go. You'll be getting your blessings by letting go. Whoa. Hold that then that fell. Card's a little slippery. All right, Spirit, tell me more from my collective. I don't feel like I know that I'm reiterating what Spirit is saying, but I feel like someone's already come to this conclusion reluctantly, but has come to this decision. So let me be the first to confirm it for you. Just walk away. Pack it up, pack them up, whatever you got to do. Just walk away. Tell me more, Spirit. Yeah. See, you were loyal in this situation. But Spirit says it's time to change what you're loyal to and be loyal to yourself. Tell me more. Yes. Whatever situation this is, the person or the situation took more from you than it gave. Actually, it gave nothing. This is somebody that would take every ounce, and I feel like this is a love situation or relationship, not necessarily like it could be platonic or romantic, right? This is giving someone who only takes and they don't give back. They have the potential to give back. They have the ability to give back. They just don't do it for you. They will take from you. That's why the mice is here. They will eat you out of house and home. They will borrow money till it's basically they're taking your money. They may even take your money. They will borrow your things or take your things, and they will not return them. Or if they do, they return them in a terrible fashion, worse than what you gave it to them. This person takes. They will take your time, your attention, your energy, and then they will not give it. It's like this is the type of thing when you call this person, they don't answer your calls. But when they call you, they anticipate an answer because normally that's what you do. And they feel okay to ask you for things, ask you for your time and advice or whatever you got. They're going to ask you for it. But if you call them, God forbid you need something, then my phone was on do not disturb. I was busy. I fell asleep. That's the kind of energy you get back. Any more, Spirit? Woo, Spirit said, whoo, do it for you. Do it for your family. Your health, your mental health would improve. Growth. Like you will be blessed. This is the tree of life here. This is your ancestors also communicating with you like, please, let this go. Release yourself from it. We all speaking from deep within the womb. Maybe we didn't teach you well then. We pushing you to do it now. Let it go. How many more, Spirit? Wow. I meant to do bottom of the deck. Well, but we're going to do it anyway. So we got clouds. And we got the snake. That's the 6 and the 7. We got the 5, 6, and the 7. Spirit said just follow the steps. 5, 6, 7. That's a 1, 2, 3, 5, 4, 5, 6, 7. You know what I mean? That kind of energy of keep going. The clouds in this card represent the confusion, the disappointments, the stress, the strife, the trauma, the drama, all of that. But as you see, the clouds are on the left and the birds are on the right heading in that direction, which means this cloud that you're under with this energy will pass. When you decide to come from under those clouds, you will see the sun. The sun will illuminate all. It will make things better. It will brighten your load. It will make you happy. Your spirit said you are walking away 8 of water from a devil snake energy. Somebody that could not be trustworthy at all. What you can trust is that they will bite you in the back or in the front, whatever. This person or this situation would always come back to snap back at you. That's what you can trust from it right now. Spirit said you got to let it go. Your life will improve when you release it. But for now, you got to let this go. Now, I don't like to give false hope and promises or anything like that. So I'm going to tell you, the way Spirit is showing this to me is that you have every right reason, not even an excuse, or every right and reason to let this go, that there is nothing good here in that situation. Know this. Now, take it how it resonates. If it don't resonate, don't take it, because if this is not your situation or you're not experiencing anything, then this is not your story, and that's fine. You know what I mean? But leave it for somebody that whose story it is, because these readings, oh man, my candle's starting to leak. These readings are not for everybody. Everybody's situation is different. Everybody's situation is not the same. The way we handle things, not the same. The way we experienced it, not the same. You know what I mean? And for some people, some situations are worse for others and not as bad for them. Meaning like maybe like if you're not attached to a situation, it's not that big a deal for you. But if you are attached to the situation, this feels horrible. So either way, if you're not attached, then walking away is simple. But if you are attached, that's where the Two of Swords comes in, and it feels hard. Spirit says we acknowledge either way. Just walk away. You know what I'm just saying? Like, let it go. It's okay. Just let it go. Let me just get you any more quick advice, and then we're going to wrap this up. What's the advice? I just saw chaos and conflict before I could pull. What is the advice for my collective? What's the advice, Spirit? Oh yeah, it's time to build yourself up. It's time to it's time for change, y'all. It really is. It's time for change. Yeah. And being flexible is like, listen, maybe you will, I don't know if you're a fixed energy, Leo, Taurus, Aquarius, Scorpio. Those people born with those signs or with a lot of placements like that tend to find change a bit more harder to do. It's not impossible, but it is frustrating because when you get comfortable You like things the way they are. Look, I know this person. I know my situation. I'm comfortable with this, or I'm comfortable with that. The Spirit said you got to get uncomfortable in order to release it. One more, Spirit. One more. Bottom of the deck. Oh, you going to say, okay, well, we got to take, dang, 4 more. All right, I guess I'll take it. So Spirit said, imagine what life can be if you were happy. Imagine. When you imagine your things, you're manifesting what you really, really deeply desire. So keep your imagination on the positive things you want to experience. Picture yourself in that experience, feeling it as if you are actually there. That will help you manifest a change in your life. Spirit said it's time to work on mending you, fixing you. Somebody might want to mend fences with you, and that's fine. But work on fixing you. What goes on with you? What's going on in your heart? What's going on in your mind? Work on those things. That's part of that regeneration, is mending the parts that you like, the parts you don't like, working on your shadow. We got TikTok. Time is of the essence of you releasing this situation. Spirit wants you to understand it. Not that you don't have the luxury of time to stay stuck. That two of air is a stuck energy. Spirit wants you to release it now so you can be happy now. Not happy later. Not happy after you think they're going to change. Not happy after you think something else is going to happen. Release it now. I think Spirit might be saying, you've wasted enough time, or you've given it enough time. I don't know if it's a waste, because we are always learning lessons, right? So maybe it's not so much a waste, but you've learned enough. I think you've learned more than enough. So then what? Release it. And then round and round. If you don't release it, hey, what can you expect, right? Or maybe this situation has come around a few times. It may come back around again. But when it comes back around, if you can release it now, if you take the steps that Spirit guides you to do, to go ahead and release it now. If you put your boundaries in place, if you understand what your requirements are now for this to play out differently in your life, Spirit said you will be a whole lot better when it comes back around. Because if this, in fact, is a person, a love interest or platonic interest, someone who wants to come back into your life, then they have to have been changed by the time they come back to you, because you are currently changing. Spirit saying you are experiencing an advancement, an upgrade in your life. Your whole way of doing things in this situation has changed. Your reactions have changed. I feel like if you're dealing with someone who's gone through these cycles with you a few times already, you're not reacting the same anymore, and they know it. And they also know that you're willing to walk away because maybe you shut down, maybe you're quiet with them, maybe you just don't respond the way you are, because you're stepping more into your Queen of Wands energy. You're being more independent and not codependent. So if you were the one calling this person a lot, you stop calling them anymore. Because look, like I said earlier, this person might be the one that don't return your calls or don't answer your calls, but always expect you to do it. That's changing. Something in your behavior is changing. So when this comes back around, by the time this person comes back around, or this situation comes back and presents itself again, you will be a different person to handle it different. And you'll be ready. Look, what's the bottom of the deck? Yeah, thinker. And I feel like this person is thinking about, wow, none of my tricks is working again, or whatever I used to do is not working. None of that stuff is, Spirit said, getting a rise out of you anymore. It's not. And you've been thinking about, how many times am I going to allow this to happen to me? How many times I'm going to let this person future fake me, or not communicate or make a one-way communication. Expect me to answer the phone, but yet they don't. Expect me to do things, but yet they don't. Drain my pockets, drain my time, drain my heart, drain my energy. Yet I can't get the same from them. God forbid something happened to me. I know I couldn't count on this person to do anything for me. Yet I'm over here being a queen of water. Time for me to be independent and the queen of wands. So beloved, release this. Let them go. Let them go figure it out. When they come back around to you, they either will be different or you will cut them off so quick there will be no next cycle. And you will know, and you will have your strength because you're releasing it now. Just doing this now shows the strength. You're showing strength to yourself. So again, take it how it resonates. If it don't resonate, don't take it. Please remember to like, click, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching my content. I appreciate you, and I hope this reading was helpful to you. Peace.